All right, 99.9 Punk World Radio FM. You guys already know what time it is. And right here, right now, we are actually live on the air on YouTube and, of course, Facebook Live as per usual. And we're joined by Canada's own. That's right. We got the Squnks right here live on the air and YouTube. How are you guys doing this evening?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I got to say, man, how's everything out there in British Columbia, man? I hope you guys are staying warm out there.
Yeah, we a lot of sunshine today. Snowboarding in the afternoon, actually.
I got to say, man, that's the best way to spend an afternoon, snowboarding. And then when the snow dries up, definitely break the skateboards out.
Right.
Yeah.
I was on a skateboard today, actually.
Nice.
Yeah.
And let's not forget the beautiful ladies that make it so hot.
I gotta say, I'm definitely jealous, man, that you were actually on the skateboard. Here in Ontario, it's as wet and snowy still. So I mean, I guess you could get on the skateboard if you want to ruin it, but I mean, you gotta let it get a little bit dry over here to actually skateboard.
You need to pay us a visit, man.
I definitely agree, man. I really do, because Ontario, the weather is like right up in the air. I don't know if it's because we live right by the St. Lawrence River with the U.S. right in front of us, but our weather in Ontario is wonky as hell.
Yeah, yeah. You know, I grew up not too far from where you are, and yeah, I feel your pain, man. I don't think I could live there anymore. It's just too damn cold.
And I know your guys are like super busy, and I don't want to take you too far away from your guys' evening this evening. But for the individuals that actually aren't quite familiar with the Squnks, I was wondering if you can actually introduce yourselves individually, and of course, tell us a bit more about yourselves as individual members of this amazing band.
Yeah,
Jay-Z.
I'm Jarrett. I'm Jay-Z. I play drums in the Squnks, and yeah, I just like to play punk rock music.
Oh yeah, I'm Scotty. I play guitar and I sing, and I love punk. I love all kinds of other music and play in a couple other bands. And if I can get it real, and get people pumped up for the shows, that's what it's all about.
We got this guy here too.
Yeah.
We didn't think he was gonna make it, but we got Phil, also known as Fuzzy Squnk.
You want to introduce yourself?
Phil, do you got anything to say?
Let's see.
Hey, I am Phil, and I play guitar in Les Squnks.
So Phil is
Okay.
he's from out your way too. He grew up in Gatineau, and
You
us in Squamish. And I'm Paulie Squnk, and I play bass and do some backup vocals.
I gotta say, you can't go wrong with Gatineau, man. Such an amazing area. Did you grow up in the Quebec side or the Ottawa side of Gatineau?
Phil, what do you got to say? Let's see what Phil has to say here.
Do you have anything else to say, Phil? Let's see.
Hey, I'm Phil, and I play guitar in the Squnks.
I guess that's
Be the right answer.
he's pretty focused on that, you know. So.
Focus.
But also, I have to ask, what is the origin story behind you guys, man? Like, how did you guys all come together as one and form this amazing band?
We are a hype band for Squamish Punk Night. The Squamish Punk Night's been around since about 2018, and now we're in what we call Squamish Punk Night 2.0. And you know, when we relaunched Squamish Punk Night after the the pandemic was over, we decided that we have to do this right. We need a band. We need a house band. So that's what the Squnks is. We're a hype band. We're like the the Flavor Flavs of punk and Squamish. I think would be a good way to describe us. And we had our first jam in August of 2022 last summer, and we played our first show 5 weeks later. I guess you could say we're mid-level risk takers, and we just went on stage and went for it. And we play punk rock covers primarily of all of our favorite influences.
And if you don't mind me asking, like, what exactly are your guys' influences? And of course, like, what songs by these influences do you guys actually play on stage? Just for the individuals that have never been to a Squnk show this far.
Yeah, it really like crosses a lot of aspects of punk. You know, there's Misfits. We love getting some Misfits in there, Dead Kennedys, No Effects, and we go back to some of the classics. You know, I mean, that's really, we want to play stuff that people know and love and recognize, and get them pumped up about. For sure. What else? I know I'm missing some here.
I know Jay-Z wants us to play more Lagwagon. We haven't played any Lagwagon yet, but you know the pressure's on Jay-Z and Phil. Now, Phil, what do you have to say about Lagwagon? I know.
Hey, I'm Phil. I play guitar in the Squnks, eh?
See, Phil wants to play more Lagwagon too, apparently. The Damned. We also like the Damned.
The Damned.
Yeah, and I recently tried out some circle jerks on vocals, and that went pretty decently.
Oh, let's not forget, representing the West Coast again, SNFU, and one of our favorites to play at the end of a set. For sure, Drunk on a Bike, baby.
Yeah, Chai Pig.
Hey, you can never go wrong with the Circle Jerks, man. Such an amazing band.
Yeah, we love them. Keith Morris is definitely a hero of mine.
And also, speaking of Squamish Punk Nights, obviously you guys actually been doing this since like 2018 and even before that. What ultimately made you guys decide to start up Squamish Punk Night in the first place? Because you guys really put on very unique, one-of-a-kind punk rock events.
Yeah.
That's all you, Paulie.
All right, yeah. So the history of Squamish Punk Night is it was a bit of an experiment, really. I'm in another band. We're all in other bands, and I'm in a band called the Non-Americans, and we were jamming for a couple of years, and the music that we ended up creating sounded pretty punk rock. And we thought, we're not going to be able to play this at the local farmers market or, one of the coffee shops. Like it's just not going to go over well, but we wanted to play it somewhere. So I've got some promoting experience from the past. And I thought, well, let's get DOA to come up here. Let's put on a DOA show and we'll open for them. And so we arranged that, and then that summer, the singer and I from Non-Americans went and saw the Descendants, and we ended up meeting the opening band, and their name is Modern Terror, and they live fairly close to us here. So we had 2 shows lined up, and basically our first and second, and then got very fortunate with a friend who happened to know the Dayglow Abortions, and so we got to open for them. So it was going to be 3 shows over 3 months. And the Non-Americans were going to get to play live. It went really, really well. So after those 3 shows, we just decided to keep it going and turned it into a bit more of a showcase type event for DIY, primarily unsigned bands. And our community here in Squamish seems to really enjoy punk rock. It's just a bit of the nature of the people who live here. They're adventurous types, I guess you could say, and they like to let her rip at night. So the punk seems to be received well in town here.
And I got to say, I definitely agree, man. I've seen so many amazing bands. I've interviewed so many amazing bands just out of British Columbia alone, man. I get a little jealous, man, because we don't have a really big punk scene out here in Ontario. Like, we have obviously punk rock fans, but as for like bands and big festivals and concerts, we really have to go to places like Montreal just to actually get a pretty decent punk rock festival.
Yeah, I've been out to Montebello before when that was still going, and that was pretty incredible. But what's going on in Ottawa? Like, why do you think there's not as many bands? Because you're close to Ottawa, I believe, right?
I would say there is like shows, but there's not like consistently 24/7, like kind of like out in BC. Like I see BC shows happening almost like every second week. I see people like Trashed Ambulance doing it, people like yourselves, like so many other bands like the Off Sailors, just poster after poster. Here in Ottawa, we do have a punk rock weekend they actually do, but that's pretty much all I really see as for actual festivals in Ottawa. I believe it's a Punk Rock Fest that goes on downtown Ottawa.
Okay, yeah.
I think it's called Ottawa Punk Fest.
Right. Well, it's good that that's going on. I know we feel pretty blessed, and it seems like the scene is growing here. I know, Jared, you spent some time in Vancouver, and you're part of the scene down there for a while, a few years back.
Honestly, it's mainly Ontario people down there. Like when I played in Vancouver, like I think a lot of it is all those people in Ontario who like punk rock are drawn to the West Coast, and so they come out here and they keep playing, and you just got a lot of that musical talent out west that came from there and that inspiration there. Like grew up in Ontario, and I've seen a lot more punk bands out here, a lot more punk shows out here.
We're stealing your punkers, apparently.
Hey, honestly though, a lot of individuals just move out west. Honestly, I got to agree with people for moving out there. I really do agree, because they got a lot more jobs out there. You guys get paid a lot more for your jobs, better scenery, and you don't got to put up with Doug Ford like we do in Ontario. So at the end of the day, man, it's Alberta, British Columbia is definitely the places to be. And plus, you got the mountains, man. When it's your days off, you can go snowboarding.
Yeah,
right.
we love it.
Or mountain biking, or rock climbing, or windsurfing, or kayaking.
None of us are even actually from here. Like,
No,
like
I'm American. I lived in Portland for a long time. Yeah, that's a good music scene.
Are you originally from Portland, Oregon, or are you actually like born in Canada, moved to Portland, and then came back to Canada?
No, I'm all West Coast American, and I came up here about 5 years ago.
If you don't mind me asking, like, well, what actually made you transition into Canada?
Besides the punk and the craft beer and the mountains and the rock climbing, mountain biking, water skiing, and beautiful ladies, I don't know. It seemed like a pretty chill place. No, it was the universal income, or healthcare. That's what it was. Yeah.
Hey, you can't go wrong with the free healthcare, man. I definitely agree with that. But also as well, guys, the one thing I have to ask, because obviously you guys are known as like a tribute band. You guys, are like hypers and whatnot for Squamish Punk Nights. But I have to ask, man, because obviously you guys have phenomenal chemistry together. You guys do amazing tributes. Have you guys ever thought about actually putting together your own Squnks record, or are you just going to stick with the creative direction you guys are currently in?
Well, we're doing a good job of poaching other bands' music right now. Scotty, what do you think? Are we doing some original stuff?
It's not out of the question for sure. I mean, we all are creators of music in our own capacities and stuff like that. So it's who's to say? Things in the work already.
How about Phil? I wonder what Phil has to say.
Let's see.
About
Phil, do you want to chime in?
Hey, I am Phil, and I play guitar in les Squnks.
He's all in.
Hey, fuck, he's set, man.
He wants to do some original stuff.
Sounds like he has like no comment. He's all ready for it.
Yeah, he's stoked. He's ready to go.
He's hyper focused.
He's a
But also as well, guys, on February 24th of 2023, you guys actually took the stage for a Johnny Cash tribute, a tribute night. I was wondering if you can actually tell us a bit more about this particular show, and what was it like adding your own twist to Johnny Cash's music within punk rock?
Would you want? Oh, well, I mean, the show was amazing. It was first time we played at a new venue in town called Prescott, and the turnout was huge. All the bands that participated were amazing, and Johnny Trash really tore it up. And they were cool enough to have a local female musician come up and share the stage for a couple songs, and that really got the crowd psyched. So love to get that kind of participation, and everybody had an amazing time.
It was sold out. It was a new venue, and they actually had to turn people away. So we were pretty happy about that. And so were the bands. We also had the Campfire Shit Kickers. And they really lit up the room. They kind of took it to the next level with that, that country style punk that they have, and laid the way for Johnny Trash. So we actually, their singer Philly Roach came up with the Squnks early on and sang a Misfits song with us, which we're pretty honored, considering that's it's an early days for us still. And he came up, he suggested it. He's actually in a cover band called the Kiss Fits, which the way he described it to me, it's almost like Misfits and Kiss mashups live. So he was quite keen to do some of his Kiss Fits stuff with the Squnks.
It was awesome.
And that's the one thing I really love about the punk rock community the most, man. Aside from just being the unity and just the support other bands give one another, it's just the things that you guys come up with is just so amazing. Like the Misfits and Kiss together, most individuals wouldn't even think about putting that together, but they put that together and make it one, and they do it damn freaking good as well.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I think it's the whole DIY thing. It's just make it up and then just throw it on the stage and see what happens, right?
And if people like it, like the old saying goes, whatever's not broke, don't fix it, man. And if it works, it works.
Yeah,
Right.
and apparently, speaking of things getting broke. We didn't even have a broken glass. You know, it was a hyper show. It was a rowdy show, but we had really cool people there. It's like good rambunctious fun, but no bullshit, no assholes like, you know, breaking anything or causing any problems. It just, you know, it's just a lot of electricity in the air that night.
I actually saw some of the videos that you guys actually put up of that show, and I got to say, it looked like an absolute killer time, man. I saw a few mosh pits going on within the videos as well, man. But like you said, you know what I mean? You can still mosh pit and have fun without breaking shit.
Yeah, let's not forget crowd surfing too took place. Mm-hmm. That was pretty epic.
That's true. Yeah, I'm gonna adjust something on the camera here. There we go. We're good. Yeah.
I would realistically be nervous for myself to crowd surf because I'm like 250 pounds. I feel like some person would purposely drop me and just be like, "Screw this fat ass, man. He's too big."
Come out here, crowd surf you. We will not drop you. We promise you that right now. Got the world witnessing.
But also as well, guys, since we're on the topic of shows and whatnot, obviously, you know, they were turning people away for this show. So obviously people wanted to come out to these events and see you guys live. Do you guys have any other shows coming up this year in 2023? And if so, how and where can we snag ourselves some tickets to come see the Squnks and other bands live in full effect?
Oh, man. Yeah, coming up March 25th at Peck and Paw in Squamish. The Squnks are playing Subterraneans, Last Reminiscent Hero,
Big City Germs.
Big City Germs are headlining, and
ARF.
That's
ARF.
right. Yeah. So that's right around the corner. If you don't have tickets yet, you can buy them online and save yourself $5. You got extra beer money once you get in, and it is an all ages show. So have your ID.
I got to say, it's really cool that you guys are actually doing the all ages side of things. A lot of shows don't really do that, but you know, you got to start your kids off early, man, and get into punk rock. And there's no better way to do it at a Squamish Punk Night.
Yeah, that was a bit of a fluke, but because the new venue we're doing these shows at is a restaurant. Obviously, they have a liquor license because it's a restaurant, but you know, all ages can come in. So yeah, people did show up with their kids, you know, on their shoulders, which was really cool. Some high school kids came out. Probably, I know one girl was talking to my girlfriend and said that was her first concert she'd ever been to, and so I was pretty happy to get that.
Sick. I didn't even know that.
Not to pat my own back too much, but it was just a really fun night, and the bands we brought were so much fun. So you know, we're just happy to bring that kind of, you know, energy, you know, and good time to everyone.
Yeah. What do you think, Phil? You stoked about that?
Hey, I'm Phil, and I play guitar in the Squnks.
He loves it.
Yeah, he's ready.
Can you see?
I can feel his enthusiasm in that, man. He's stoked.
Look at this handsome man, eh?
But also have to ask, what is next for yourself, for you guys and the Squnks? Like, is there anything we missed during this evening's interview? I know we just spoke about your most recent show and the shows you have coming up. Is there anything we missed during this evening's interview? Anything else you guys still want to talk about or promote? We still got you here live on 99.9 FM.
I'd say, you know, we're building a repertoire of songs that we're covering, and so if anybody out there has any recommendations, kick-ass songs that they want to hear us play live on stage, send us a message. You can find us on Instagram and where else, Paulie?
Yeah, Facebook as well. Yeah, just type it in the comments. We're definitely open to. Unlike certain DJs, you know, we take requests. We might need a little, you know, a couple weeks to practice.
I also got to say, if anybody wants to come out to the Squnks show and sing a song, we always have a guest appearance.
That's right.
So if you want to make a request and get out here and get on stage with us, you can do that.
You can sing your favorite song.
Hey, you know what? That sounds like an opportunity of a lifetime for any fan. So don't be shy. Hit them up. You never know what will transpire.
That's right.
But obviously, guys, I know how to find you guys on social media. But for the individuals that are just discovering you guys or just coming across you guys, whether we're live right now or just on demand on the radio station YouTube channel, how can we follow the Squnks and, of course, Squamish Punk Nights as well?
Yeah, so Squnks, we've got an Instagram page, so you can find us there, and we keep that pretty up to date. And also Squamish Punk Nights on Instagram as well. That's a very active page. and on Facebook. So yeah, please come check us out. And if you're in the area, come by on the 25th of March. Show starts early, 7 o'clock, and bands are on at 7:45.
Oh, and if anybody's curious how you spell squnk, because it's kind of a made up word. It's Squnks. We're the Squnks.
We're the Squnks.
Squnks.
We're not the Skunks. We're the Squnks.
That's right.
And I got to say, first and foremost, guys, thank you so much for just giving us a bit of your time here this evening and sliding into the 99.9 Punk World Radio FM airwaves. It was such an honor to speak with all of you, and hopefully down the line we can make this happen again sometime soon. But for now, thank you so much again for your time, and definitely have yourselves a phenomenal night, and definitely good luck on your next show. I know you guys are not going to need it, but hopefully, you know what I mean, not everybody gets turned away, and hopefully it's a sold-out, kick-ass, killer show just like last time.
Thanks, DJ Immortal.
We appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
You have a good night.
Hey, I'm Phil. I play guitar in the Squnks, eh?
You guys definitely have yourself a phenomenal night, and we definitely shall talk soon. Thank you so much again, guys.
Rock on.
Thanks.